We have discussed several ways in which individuals and groups might use AIs to cause widespread harm through bioterrorism, releasing powerful, uncontrolled AIs and disinformation. To mitigate these risks, governments might pursue intense surveillance and seek to keep AIs in the hands of a trusted minority. This reaction, however, could easily become an overcorrection, paving the way for an entrenched totalitarian regime that would be locked in by the power and capacity of AIs. This scenario represents a form of top-down misuse, as opposed to bottom-up misuse by citizens, and could in extreme cases culminate in an entrenched dystopian civilization. AIs could lead to extreme and perhaps irreversible concentration of power. The persuasive abilities of AIs, combined with their potential for surveillance and the advancement of autonomous weapons, could allow small groups of actors to lock in their control over society, perhaps permanently. To operate effectively, AIs require a broad set of infrastructure components, which are not equally distributed, such as data centers, computing power, and big data. Those in control of powerful systems may use them to suppress dissent, spread propaganda and disinformation, and otherwise advance their goals, which may be contrary to public well-being. AIs may entrench a totalitarian regime. In the hands of the state, AIs may result in the erosion of civil liberties and democratic values in general. AIs could allow totalitarian governments to efficiently collect, process, and act on an unprecedented volume of information, permitting an ever smaller group of people to surveil and exert complete control over the population without the need to enlist millions of citizens to serve as willing government functionaries. Overall, as power and control shift away from the public and toward elites and leaders, democratic governments are highly vulnerable to totalitarian backsliding. Additionally, AIs could make totalitarian regimes much longer lasting. A major way in which such regimes have been toppled previously is at moments of vulnerability, like the death of a dictator. But AIs, which would be hard to kill, could provide much more continuity to leadership, providing few opportunities for reform. AIs can entrench corporate power at the expense of the public good. Corporations have long lobbied to weaken laws and policies that restrict their actions and power, all in the service of profit. Corporations in control of powerful AI systems may use them to manipulate customers into spending more on their products, even to the detriment of their own well-being. The concentration of power and influence that could be afforded by AIs could enable corporations to exert unprecedented control over the political system and entirely drown out the voices of citizens. This could occur even if creators of these systems know their systems are self-serving or harmful to others, as they would have incentives to reinforce their power and avoid distributing control. In addition to power, locking in certain values may curtail humanity's moral progress. It's dangerous to allow any set of values to become permanently entrenched in society. For example, AI systems have learned racist and sexist views, and once those views are learned, it can be difficult to fully remove them. In addition to problems we know exist in our society, there may be some we still do not. Just as we abhor some moral views widely held in the past, people in the future may want to move past moral views that we hold today, even those we currently see no problem with. For example, moral defects in AI systems would be even worse if AI systems had been trained in the 1960s, and many people at the time would have seen no problem with that. We may even be unknowingly perpetuating moral catastrophes today. Therefore, when advanced AIs emerge and transform the world, there is a risk of their objectives locking in or perpetuating defects in today's values. If AIs are not designed to continuously learn and update their understanding of societal values, they may perpetuate or reinforce existing defects in their decision-making processes long into the future. In summary, although keeping powerful AIs in the hands of a few might reduce the risks of terrorism, it could further exacerbate power inequality if misused by governments and corporations. This could lead to totalitarian rule and intense manipulation of the public by corporations, and could lock in current values, preventing any further moral progress. Story: Bioterrorism. The following is an illustrative hypothetical story to help readers envision some of these risks. This story is nonetheless somewhat vague to reduce the risk of inspiring malicious actions based on it. A biotechnology startup is making waves in the industry with its AI-powered bioengineering model. The company has made bold claims that this new technology will revolutionize medicine through its ability to create cures for both known and unknown diseases. The company did, however, stir up some controversy when it decided to release the program to approved researchers in the scientific community. Only weeks after its decision to make the model open source on a limited basis, the full model was leaked on the internet for all to see. Its critics pointed out that the model could be repurposed to design lethal pathogens and claimed that the leak provided bad actors with a powerful tool to cause widespread destruction, opening it up to abuse without safeguards in place. Unknown to the public, an extremist group has been working for years to engineer a new virus designed to kill large numbers of people. Yet given their lack of expertise, these efforts have so far been unsuccessful. When the new AI system is leaked, the group immediately recognizes it as a potential tool to design the virus and circumvent legal and monitoring obstacles to obtain the necessary raw materials. The AI system successfully designs exactly the kind of virus the extremist group was hoping for. It also provides step-by-step instructions on how to synthesize large quantities of the virus and circumvent any obstacles to spreading it. With the synthesized virus in hand, the extremist group devises a plan to release the virus in several carefully chosen locations in order to maximize its spread. The virus has a long incubation period and spreads silently and quickly throughout the population for months. By the time it is detected, it has already infected millions and has an alarmingly high mortality rate. Given its lethality, most who are infected will ultimately die. The virus may or may not be contained eventually, but not before it kills millions of people.